No, it's like I imagine this is what it feels like. You know the stories you hear when like girls don't turn their head fast enough and they get it in their eye?
Yeah.
I feel like it burns like that. That's my assumption.
Damn it, Jeremy.
Hey, and welcome to the Generalization podcast. This is where we just get together and talk about generally anything. On today's episode, with me we have
Kylie, aka Kyrie.
Haley, aka Hey Bae.
and I am Jeremy, your moderator for the day, otherwise known as Jerbear, Germbug, Hippogriff, or just dead.
Listen.
Look, I would hate to see what that looks like as a just all together as a creature. But like the dead part of it, I imagine, isn't like a stereotypical death like skull mask. It's something that's wearing like the doofiest like death mask in existence.
What
Like,
I can
do
see...
you know Death from like Soul Eater?
Yeah.
That's what I imagine. Just like that face over this weird creature with like dragonfly wings.
So like what I was imagining, I don't know where it came from, but it's like this horse type thing, and it's like it's you can see like the entire outline of like its bones and like its spine and the skull of it, and it has like black hair coming off
That's
of
just terrifying.
it.
Anyway, to kind of like hijack us into a topic, I was thinking earlier about something I could ask you guys. And I was wondering what your guys' opinions are on long distance relationships. I know that's like that's.
Boy.
I knew it would be
Here we
interesting.
go,
I knew it would
boy.
get interesting right there. Because like I've thought about it and like personally I don't do that. Like my thing is like I'm a very tactile person. And so like long distance relationships don't work. I nearly was in one, but then I was like, no thanks. What do you guys think and why? Like I'm curious to see like your perspective of it.
I was in a long distance relationship for almost 2 years.
How far was the distance though?
California.
Okay.
So we're talking like
Cross
across
country.
country.
You win.
Yeah. And I was in a relationship with him for like 2 years, and we saw each other during those 2 years because his dad was like a businessman, so he would come over to West Virginia and I would be able to see him. And things were great and everything, but the distance and then lies and then cheating got between us.
Oh, man.
And when you're not there with the person, you can't snoop through anything.
Men. A fucking men. Truth.
You can't just be like, hey, let me see your phone real quick, because that don't work. If they take screenshots, they can delete anything.
I can relate.
So we ended up breaking up.
Oh, that's
It was
really
awful.
funny.
Never doing long distance again.
I-
The longest distance I will do is from like our hometown to here.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm in a long distance relationship now.
Okay, and how I assume that's working out well considering you're
Yes,
in
it's
the
working
relationship.
out well. It started I moved from home to here, which is from Alabama to West Virginia, and he messaged me about October.
Yeah, it was around there.
And so, like, we knew each other from school, but, like, we didn't talk ever since our friend left. And so, like, it's going really well now, but it is difficult because
It makes sense though.
It's
Yeah,
had its
Like that's why I've always avoided
a
them.
lot of
Like
trust.
I could never put myself in that position. Like there was a girl I talked to from Texas for a while, and like we really like connected in a way you would expect a relationship to, but I just couldn't get past the barrier of what
Yeah.
distance would
Yeah.
do to it.
Well,
It sucks.
Because it's not like I don't trust people. I just like there's always that back part of your brain that
Yeah.
just has that thought and you can't do anything about it.
Well, it's also like when you're long distance, you don't get that physical sense
Like
with the person.
that's I'm very very tactile. I
Yeah.
love to like the heat of the person, like the
Yep.
heartbeat, like just like,
Yeah.
even like hearing someone breathing close to me. Like I can sit in a room with my friends and not talk to them for hours on end as long as I'm still in the room with another living
Right.
person.
Yep.
I don't give a damn. But like I have to have that. That's what makes it interesting to me.
Well, it's like relationships, they're built upon not just like trust, but upon like a physical sense.
That's another thing. Is a big opinion. We've talked about this before.
Yes,
actually,
we have.
is I personally believe, and I'm pretty sure you agree
Yes.
with me, that sex isn't a necessary part of a relationship,
But it's important.
but it is
Yeah.
is important because like there's the whole physical attractiveness between two people, and that what's the word I'm looking for? Validation.
Yeah.
Is that the right
yeah,
word? Did I
yeah,
say that right?
Yeah, I would go with that.
I'm still tired. My eyes are burning. I had the okay. Now I'm gonna get into it. I had the weirdest night last night.
Tell us
Okay,
about your night.
so it was a friend's birthday, and I had been talking to my other friends who were like, we'd on and off talk about how I've been in a dress before. And they were curious about what that looked like. And so, humoring them, I not only was in a dress, I did the whole get-up. Which explains the eyeliner. When I say whole get-up, I mean there was a dress, there were heels, there was full face of makeup.
Was there wigs?
And there were wigs.
Oh my god. What color wigs?
I have photographic evidence I would like to show you. Sorry to anyone listening to this, you get to miss out on this part.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Yeah.
God!
Why do you look so much like a girl?
You look just like a girl, though.
Look at your freaking lips. They're fuller than freaking Kylie Jenner's.
Oh my
What
god!
the hell?
Yeah, but like my friend is like really, really pale compared to me, and so if I was entering through any dark area, I looked like a spooky bitch.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, I'm gonna assume the audio quality is gonna be a little different. It's just a small change, but we'll adjust that as need be. But anyway, like it's even funnier because she put me in this one dress and she was like, I hate you so much because I fit the dress better than she did.
Oh my god.
Probably because like the dress requires that you have no boobs,
Yeah.
so that part kind of fit better. And she was like, you look good in it, and I hate you for existing. But then another part during the makeup is like she was doing my eyelashes, like the mascara or whatever. And she was like, first you come in here looking good in my dress, and now you come here with this fucking eyelashes. Who do you think you are? And then she puts me in the wig you saw, the white one, and she was like, and now you look fucking better in the wig. I fucking hate you. It's my birthday, you do this shit. I was like, happy birthday.
When did they put the brown one on you?
That was the first one they put on. They had like pigtails. It was weird. Do you know Link Neal from Rhett and Link?
Yeah.
I look like him when he's dressed as a woman. Okay, so there's a specific video you can compare it to. If anyone listening is really curious what I kind of looked like, if you look at the video where they're doing Spiked Punch, near the end of the video they have like this other little clip that they put together, and I look just like he does in that video. It's spooky. And another thing is like, the heels made me so much taller. I never realized how tall heels make you. Yep. Jesus Christ. It might be because I've never really worn heels and walked around people before.
Yeah.
But everyone was so tiny compared to me. And also, I misjudged the height of their ceiling.
Oh god.
They're in like the attic space. Like their ceiling's kind of like angled.
Yeah.
Wasn't paying attention. Went to go down the stairs. Bashed my fucking head on the wall. Made it up and down the stairs fine. I somehow walked quietly in those heels. Anyway, that's how my night went. My eyes still burn.
What time did you even get home?
I got back here at 7 in the morning.
Oh my god.
And I went to sleep at like 9. I didn't go to either of my classes.
I figured not.
Yeah, no, that wasn't happening. I was going to, but then like around 9 o'clock, I was like, I cannot get out of this bed. My eyes burn and I need to sleep, for God's sake. So I just stayed laying there and like went back to sleep. And then when I woke up, Josh had apparently, my roommate, Buckleby, Sweet Butt, as I like to call him, affectionately, ex-roommate, I guess. It seems weird to say that because he's moved out now. But I woke up and he had come in the room apparently while I was asleep, because I woke up and there's this little note on the corner of my bed. And I pick it up. Hang on, I think it said love you something. He called me some name. I have it somewhere in here because I was looking at it.
Is that on your desk, maybe?
Probably.
Now he's rummaging through his drawers. Why is there an I'm sorry note?
Oh, that's a funny story. I'm gonna come to that story first.
Did you find the other note?
No, not yet. It might be in there somewhere. It might be, God knows. The I'm sorry note was attached to a condom. I'll explain. I had a little argument with a mutual friend of ours. I will keep names out of this for the sake of everything else. And we had an argument over condoms and sharing them and such. And they were like, I'm uncomfortable with that. And we had this huge argument. I was like, that's kind of ridiculous. And so like we didn't talk for a whole day. And I came back from my class that day. And I opened my door and I looked down. And this note was attached to a condom. Like, oh, sweet. Notice how there's no condom attached to the note anymore.
Did you use said condom?
I did. I did use said condom. That they didn't know, but now they know that now if they're listening to this, because they're going to know the story because they're a part of it. I do. I've lived an interesting life. I
Yeah.
noticed in the past few days because I've been talking to some friends about random facts about me. How, like, I was a clown for a week, like full get up, like makeup, wig, red nose, outfit, floppy shoes, the whole 9 yards for a week. That was like my job. I didn't get paid for it because I was a kid. I think I was like 14, 15 when this happened. It was for church. Back when I went to church.
Like Jeremy doesn't go to church anymore.
Some people who talk to me, they're like, "You need some Jesus." I'm like, "Listen, unless Jesus is gonna like get lit with me, I don't know if I want to hang out with Jesus." Oh, that sounds awful. But like, I mean, let's be realistic though. I think Jesus smoked weed. I'm just gonna say, the burning bush in those times, things were different. There's no stigma on drugs back then.
Well, that goes with the thing that if God didn't want it in the world, He wouldn't have
He
made it.
He wouldn't have made it. Like, that's another weird concept is the criminalization of weed. Because, like, I watched a video about this whole thing about it. And originally, the only reason it's illegal now is because this one guy, they weren't getting enough money for something. Mm-hmm. And it's like, because they didn't have any problems with something. And they needed a new thing to make illegal, make a big problem out of. And so he attached weed to African Americans being violent towards Caucasians and everything.
Serious?
Yeah, this whole thing started as like
That's
a big
awful.
big racial issue where all like the racist people were going against African Americans because this guy said that weed made them the way they were and the way they were acting and stuff, even though they weren't doing anything wrong.
Okay, so thanks to this asshole who was like, African American people.
It progressively got worse because he used that to make it illegal. He's like, this drug makes you this, this, and this. And so they're like, then we can't let people have it. Even though it's been scientifically proven since then that it doesn't have any ill effects in that way.
It helps cancer patients, for God's sake.
Yeah, and that's
Seizure
it's
patients.
it's so interesting. Like, it helps a lot of people. People with Parkinson's, I think,
Yes.
it helps them too. It helps
it's
calm
a
their
calming
nerves.
agent.
Yeah. But like, it was really interesting to learn that it was just a huge like racial background to this big issue that I never thought of. Like, I never knew why it was made illegal in the first place, but now I know, and it's bizarre to me that there's still an issue now. Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
A bunch of states, obviously, like Colorado's legalized it and everything. You see all the memes and like the news about
Fucking
it.
memes. I'm so tired of memes. That being said, I watched 7 or 8 different videos of the B-movie trailer just in different ways where it was either like duplicated
Did you see the one where it's like the bee movie but without bees? And it's like 12 minutes long.
Oh, there's so many of them. There's one that's like the B movie, but every time it gets slower. It's longer than the movie, I think. There's a video. There's 2 videos in particular I love the most. There's one, it's 7 seconds long. It says the B movie trailer, but every time they say B, the trailer ends.
I've seen that one.
It's the B movie, but every time they say B, the movie ends. And then there's the other one. It's like it was a trailer. It's like every time they say B, it starts again. Yep. It starts all over again, and it's so funny. I've seen some bad ones too. Like, there was one where like every time they say B, it's replaced with the N word, but with like a hard R.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think it's like one of those drama YouTuber guys.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Was it Filthy Frank?
No. It was that guy like who called out people was saying like crazy racist shit.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name, but it was him.
Because it's in all the meme contemplations all the time.
It was him. Man, because of Sweet Butt and his lovely fiance, who borrowed my YouTube whenever I wasn't around, I now in my recommended videos have compilations and compilations and compilations of dank memes. I am sick of it. I am so tired. When will Harambe finally die?
I mean.
No, that being said, for one of my courses this semester, we had to do a speech for our final grade. And Taryn, a mutual friend of ours from school, from high school, he was, I don't think he was joking, but he's talking about we can do like, it's a ceremonial speech. It was like, a toast, like a wedding toast, a holiday speech, an award acceptance speech, or a eulogy.
Oh no.
This fucker wants to do a eulogy for Harambe.
Oh no. Is he actually going to do it?
Probably. Knowing him, he probably will. We could also do roasts. But we need the person's permission to do it first, if they're in the class. And I was like, why don't we all just like
roast each other?
Just roast Taryn. Like, like he was up for it. It was like, yeah, everyone just do it. I was like, that'd be really funny. However, the things I have to say about Taryn are very
specific.
Okay, no. I caught myself before I said something really, really, like, out of context. Because I was going to say, the things I have to say about Taryn are really homosexual or homoerotic. But it's not because that's the way I feel about Taryn. It's because of the nature of our relationship kind of, like, made some weird things happen between us. Like, one time he very seductively ate, like, a whipped topping off my pinky during foods class because, like, he was washing dishes, like, hey, try this. And he was like, oh, just, like, put it on your pinky, like, your finger or something, like that over my shoulder. And he just goes, oh. I was like, Taryn, I have never been more flaccid in my entire life. I am becoming a woman.
I'm becoming a woman.
I'm gonna have my period. No, that class was weird. What, like, during the cleaning of the final year, like, we found a dead rat.
Oh my god.
Like, you know, the bottom of, like, the ovens where you pull, and, like, that's where, like, some of your pots and pans are and stuff. In the what's it called? The thing. It's where the wheels of it connect, like, the rails, I guess. The rails of the
That's where you found
of the drawer. That's where we found it. It was
That's
jammed
disgusting.
in the rust. Another mutual friend, we went to school with him. He goes here, actually. He played baseball and stuff. You know who I'm thinking of. I'm just gonna keep his name out of this. Not for any, like, it's weird reasons, but, like, just for his sake. He took it, like, with a rag, and I was like, this thing had rigor mortis to the max.
Oh no.
He took selfies with it.
No.
He took selfies with it
my
inches
God.
from his face. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get the plague.
Oh
Speaking of the plague, in another one of my courses, we're doing natural disaster presentations, and this guy did one about the bubonic plague, and he was talking about the doctors and about their masks, and he was like, I don't know why they're, like, really long nosed, but they put, like, stuff in there to cleanse the air. I was like, that's also why they have a really long nose. It's to distance themselves from the disease so they wouldn't die. Other than him and me and, like, two people who are doing volcanoes, everyone else is, like, hurricanes, floods, and earthquakes. That's it. I did the Dust Bowl. I don't know how much you know about the Dust Bowl, but man, it's actually kind of interesting. I'm not going to get into it, though.
Well, you see, that reminds me of the 8-page paper I should have started for sociology that I'm only 2 pages into.
What does that do?
Tuesday.
Jesus Christ.
It's awful.
Well, to be fair, I have an assignment that's due tomorrow at noon that I keep forgetting about doing. But to be fair, I wasn't actually able to do it until yesterday. So, it kind of evens out.
It makes it worse for us
I'm
because
sorry.
Listen, callbacks. That's improv humor.
we've known about this paper though since like first day.
Since the syllabus came
day.
out.
Oh my God. I need to, like, start paying attention to my syllabi.
Same.
Syllabi.
Because, like, I look at them for, like, a moment just to get, like, the teacher's email off of it and, like, the class times. That's about it. Like, I look at, like, the attendance policy they have set up, and then that's all I care about.
Yep.
But realistically, I need to go through my schedule of the year and write down the shit I need to do when I need to do it, because otherwise I don't do it until the day before, and that is a problem. I also have a quiz that's due before Monday. I just remembered that. You just witnessed me remember that moment.
And like we have a final due tomorrow at midnight.
Oh man.
Oh my god, I just forgot.
I have to I have to take some of my finals early because I have to leave for an appointment back home, and, like, I'm not coming back. Like, I'm not gonna leave on the 13th
And then come back.
for an appointment on the 14th and come back for, like, an exam on the 15th,
2 days.
16th, and then go home again. That's 5-hour drive there and back, and a waste of gas. That's a waste of my time and money. Well, money that I don't have. Regardless, I'm not paying for gas. I can't, not yet. I'm hoping to eventually, but for the time being, I'm broke as shit. I have $1.36 to my name, and I've been that way for about half a year now. If that says anything about my, like, financial status, none.
Well, I heard CVS was hiring.
Oh, and I still didn't do my FAFSA.
Hey, the bookstore is.
The bookstore's
Oh,
hiring.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably get in that. I have 2 new books now. Well, they're new to me. One of them is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which I'm excited to get into. I'll probably read it over break. But the other one is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, I believe. That one's I'm pretty excited to read that because I've never actually read the Harry Potter books. I've only, like, seen the movies.
I have a feeling you probably
really
aren't
good.
going to read over break because our mutual friend Little B is coming back.
Well, yeah, and the fact that
It's
he's
so
going to be
sad.
living with me.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much time I'm going to have to just myself because we're probably either going to be, like, going around town, like, doing nonsense or playing video games because we're human beings who hate ourselves and don't like sleeping. We'll probably play Rocket League for the most part. I'm not even gonna lie about that.
Sleep is for the weak.
Sleep is for the weak.
Yeah, you're right. Speaking of games, do you know the game We Happy Few?
No.
Oh man, a friend of mine downloaded it recently, and like I was supposed to be doing homework, which I didn't end up doing anyway. And they were like, "Do you want to try playing this game instead and take a break?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I guess I'll try it. Whatever." I played that game for 5 hours.
Dear God.
Without stopping. I got to the point in that game where no one else can get past it because there's a bug. Because it's like an alpha, I think. And I got a point where like there's a bug that no one else can get past. I got to that point in the game. Like that's all I did was play this game for 5 hours, and I was like, oh my god. And I kept like, I learned how to sprint, and they're like, you can sprint? I'm like, yes, you can. You can probably sprint in most games. Just press some buttons, you'll find it out. They also, to their credit, they also don't know how to sprint in Skyrim. I mean, I'm sorry. They know who they are. I'm not going to throw them under the bus. But this isn't like me attacking them. I'm just saying, circumstances as they are, they're bad at sprinting in video games. Usually because they don't know how. Speaking of that same person, they're one of the people who I got some topics from for the podcast today. So they're definitely going to be listening to this podcast. I know that for a fact. That's why I'm not throwing them under the bus just yet.
Okay, so you know how earlier we talked about long distance relationships?
Yeah.
I have another thing. It's how you feel on open relationships.
Okay, that's really interesting because it really depends on the person and what the what the scheme of the relationship is. Because I think like it is possible for some people to only be able to emotionally connect to certain people and only be able to physically connect to certain people. It's a really touchy subject because I heard the story on another podcast about someone who they know this lesbian couple who's in an open relationship, and one of them is in a relationship with another couple. Who one of those people is in another relationship with another person. Like it's like this whole group of people who's in like segregated relationship with each other. But it's not always like this person is in a relationship with this person just because like there's a line of people in between them. This person is just in a relationship with these two people because those are the two people that they feel connected to. And it's a really interesting subject to me. I don't have the best track record with relationships. We can agree on that
Yes, we can.
without any kind of discussion.
Yes, we can, because you put your dick in crazy.
Listen! She a crazy... In the good words of whoever sang the song, I don't know the artist. Ooh, she a crazy bitch, but she fucks so good I'm on top of it.
Maybe you should Shazam it.
I'm working on my track record with relationships.
Work harder.
I'm trying to fix
Work
things.
faster.
Do it better, stronger. But like, I myself don't see the possibility of an open relationship in my life anyway. Because like what I want from a relationship, because I never really think about much because I never really look into getting a relationship. What I want from a relationship is a very specific type of back and forth between me and another person. I think I could learn to accept an open relationship, like not actively be like my side be the part of it. Like I won't go and be with another person and still be with you. I don't think I could do that. But I think I eventually could learn to live with my partner being in the open part of the relationship. Like that's something I think I could deal with depending on the person and how I feel about them at the time. But it's really like for whoever, I guess. That is a good question though.
What's your take on it, Haley?
No. It's just probably be best for me is like 'cause what I want is like serious end of the road with someone is to end up marrying them.
Yeah, I can see that. That's kind of how I am. But as I've already said, this is another thing I'm going to try and keep names out of. As I've already said to you before, there's only one person in my life currently I can actually see myself marrying and having a family with. Which is probably why I have such bad relationship issues, because I'm like stuck on this one person. And I know it's like it can be unhealthy, but it's just something. It's one of those things that you can't get away from. Not because like you're obsessed. Like it sounds obsessive sometimes. I'll be honest. I've worried about myself in some situations, but it's another one of those things that it's just how it is, and you don't have much of a reason for it. It's just how your life has become, and you can't really change that part of it. Like, there are parts of your life you just cannot... There's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. SOCKS, as it's said in Spanish, or socks in English.
I mean, I stand on the same stance that you do, mainly because I'm in the same situation that you're in, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah.
the same situation. And I'm a clingy person if I'm in a relationship with someone. And I get jealous easily. So if I want to be with someone, I want that person to not to just be mine, because I don't want to share that person. I mean, like, I say that and it sounds so terrible. Like, no,
It's like,
this person's
no, you're
mine.
mine. Like, but there is that acceptable point of you just want this intimacy
Yes.
with this
Yeah,
person,
another person.
and like you want to feel like it's just for you. You don't want someone who can put on this same show
For everyone else.
For everyone, you want this person who shows you the part of them that only you get to see.
Because when you're in a serious relationship, you share secrets with that other person that not even your best friends would know.
Shit, I share secrets with everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Except my penis. That's not the name of my penis, by the way. I was talking to someone the other day about, like, I made one of those jokes like, that's the name of my penis. Something like that. It was dumb. It was really stupid.
Do you give a name to your penis?
I currently do not have a name for my penis. I'll be honest. Which brings me to the question: have you named your boobs? Because I know some girls do that. They name them different names.
I know a girl who named hers Sally Hansen.
Like as in like they're one thing with one name, or one is Sally and one is
Sally,
Hansen.
one is Sally, one is Hansen.
Is it like meant to be two separate things, or is it meant to be like, oh, together they're one person?
Together they're one person.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to mention who that person is.
That's I would like to know that. That's interesting. I've never heard of. No, I don't have a name for my penis, but I've heard like different like fan fictions and stories and stuff. Because let's be honest, we've all read a fan fiction or two.
Oh yeah,
I don't care who you are. You find your way there one day. Like I've seen things like they just call it like their name but juniors. Like mine would be like Jeremy Junior. Like that seems weird. Don't call my penis Junior.
That sounds like what you would name your son.
It's like calling a penis cute. You don't do it. Like that's.
Look how cute it is.
Oh God, stop it! I'm thinking of Finding Nemo, and now I'm sexually just.
Sexually
confused.
attracted to Dory.
No, I mean Marlon can change genders to whatever he needs. I'm just gonna put that on the table.
If I ever start making fan fictions, I'm gonna make one of
Dude,
you and Marlon.
Please make a fanfiction of me and Marlon from Finding Nemo.
Please
read it to your speech class.
I wanna fuck Nemo's dad.
That's
Well,
not forever
it'll be- well-
record it for everyone to
That'll be
pull
on
up ever.
Well, it'll be his mom by then. But I wanna fuck Nemo's parental figure. I wanna fuck a clownfish. Is that what you wanted to hear me say? I'm gonna fuck a clownfish one day, Kylie.
I hope someone makes like a gift set of this.
A gift set? How do you make a gift set of audio?
Darkness.
Just darkness. I wanna. No,
Darkness and subtitles.
What we need is an animated short
Yeah.
of me saying I want to fuck a clownfish, and specifically going into fucking not just a clownfish, but Nemo's father.
All I picture is like when someone makes the animated thing, I picture a clown dressed as a fish.
I mean, I've been a clown, so it wouldn't be like weird interspecies nonsense. I just refer to a clown as a species.
I was about to point that out. I was like, Jeremy didn't know a clown was a different species from us.
Alright, listen. Fair enough. Okay, that was a weird statement to make. My nails are chipping really bad. That's interesting. I've been getting some interesting looks by having my nails painted. I don't think it's because they're painted black. I think it's just because they're painted.
Yeah.
The only reason it was black is because I didn't have a dark enough shade of purple. I'll be honest, royal purple, I'll fuck that shit up real good. Fuck it up, Kenneth.
Fuck it up.
Oh, fucking memes. No, like I can rock like royal purple pretty well. I don't do like bright colors or pastels at all. It just does not go with like my look, I guess.
No.
I'm a mean looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
So dark colors are where
It would kind of like
dark colors are where I exist.
It would clash with your dark hair that you have.
Yeah, I'm thinking
So-
of dyeing it darker.
How darker can
Like
you go?
black. Like I might dye it black. I'm either gonna dye it black. Well, it depends on if I get cast in the shows, which I probably will. Being said, like not because like oh I'm great. It's just like we have a lot of roles we need to fill for like the musical, and the other one's only like a 5-person cast, but we might have like multiple people cast for each
Yeah.
role, which would be really cool. But depending on what I'm cast in and who I'm cast as and stuff like that, and like however long, I may or may not dye my hair. It just depends. Like I had to cut my hair for a role, which is kind of weird.
It is.
But,
it was
oh.
down to his shoulders
Yeah.
before. It was
Backtracking to where I was earlier with the nails, and like I got some looks. Like I'd noticed people looking at them, noticing them, making a face, and then not saying anything about it, which is fine, I guess. Like everyone has their opinions on it, but it brings me to the thought of like black is normally thought of as the most accepted color for males to paint their nails if they do
Yeah.
at all, which I don't necessarily have a problem with, like black being the color, but that there's only one color that they consider that. Like, I don't believe certain things should be gendered. That being said, nail polish, even makeup, like depending on like how you do it, like nail polish and like a lot of clothing, I don't think should be
like
gendered.
your sweaters.
Like my sweaters, fucking sweaters are so nice. Or my scarves. Like I had someone tell me that one of my scarves was a girl scarf because it's an infinity scarf. I'm like, no, that's dumb. Shut up.
Scarf.
It's
Yeah.
exactly.
It
It's,
keeps
Has
you
one
warm.
purpose.
it's keeping me from not dying because I have acute asthma in the winter. It's saving my life.
Acute
So thank
asthma.
you to the person who got me that scarf, which is also the person who can't sprint in video games. Throwback. See, you throw them under the bus and then you thank them for something nice they did. But like, it's also interesting how like clothing is gendered in a weird way that it goes with orientation too. So like, if a girl's wearing guys' clothes, like suddenly they're gay, or like a guy wearing girls' clothes, they're suddenly gay. Like somehow the gender of the clothing determines your orientation
That
as well.
reminds me, like you remember like the early 2000s where it was like considered if a guy had like both of his ears pierced, he was considered gay.
It was gay. Like I had people like, which side of your ears pierced? Like the left one. Like, oh, so like you're gay? I'm like, no, the left one's the straight one. Like people didn't even realize which one was the right one. Like even if you had one pierced, it's like if the right one's pierced, you're gay. If the left one's not, if the left one's pierced, you're straight. Like, and people still couldn't like remember which one was the right one. So it didn't matter anyway. I got my ear pierced when I was 7, by the way, and then I lost it days after because my sisters and their friend like put pillows in their shirts and like all randomly at once and like hit me from all sides,
Oh my
and
God.
it fell out. And for some reason, I didn't put it back in. I think it was because it was sore or something like that. It's like I laid it on top of my alarm clock on my dresser, and I woke up in the morning, and for some reason my alarm clock was like it somehow fell off my dresser, and so I just lost the earring to my carpet.
It went no.
It was just gone.
I don't remember. My mom, I hear stories when I got my ears pierced. My dad would not let my mom get my ears pierced until I turned 1. So on my first birthday, like the day of my birth, like October 16th, my mom went to like Claire's and got my ears pierced.
I went to one of those like kiosks that they have like in the center of a mall, and I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified for it to happen. Like I was like, this is gonna hurt so bad. I don't want to do this. But then like I closed my eyes real tight. And I was holding my mom's hand. And I was like, just tell me when it's done. Just tell me when it's done. And they're like, are you ready? I was like, I guess. And she's like, tell me when it's over. And then they did it, and I didn't like recognize it. I'm still holding my mom's hand. And she's like, we're done. I'm like, no, you're messing with me. She's like, no, we're done. I was like, what? And they showed me it was just done. I didn't even feel it or hear the thing
Wow.
click, and it was just over. Like that, like needles too. It's kind of like that way of, I'm weirdly afraid of needles, but I can also handle them very well. Like whenever I get my blood taken or have to get blood tests, like I'm afraid to look. I keep contemplating. I do it every single time. I don't know why I still do it. I'll decide in my head. I'm not sure if I'm going to look at the needle or not. And I'll be like, I don't know if I'm going to look at it or not. I don't know if I'll look at it or not. I'll look away, but as soon as they're about to touch my skin, I'll look directly at it.
Same.
Like right at it to watch it go in. And it's like, it just gives me this weird feeling. I've had someone mess up an IV once with a needle, and that fucked me up. I had a scar from it right here.
You remember in high school how they used to do the blood drives all the time?
Yes, that was the first time I gave blood.
Really? Well, the first time I gave blood was when I was at the
Because you had to have,
Votech.
like, parental
Yes,
permission
you did.
at that
Until
age.
you reached the
around,
age of like 16, I think.
I think it was 17.
17.
Because I didn't give blood until I was 17,
Oh,
and I didn't
17.
need parental
Okay,
permission.
so yeah, well, it was 17. Well, like the first time I ever gave blood was up there at the Votech, and so I'm laying there on the little cot thingy, and the nurse volunteer's like, "All right, we're going to find your veins." I'm like, "All right, it's going to be kind of hard." She's like, "Nah," she just jabs it in there, and I was like, "Oh my god."
I've had them say that. Okay, so this is another thing about, like, veins, and another thing about, like, stigmas about people's looks, is I'm adopted. You guys know that, but, like, some people might not. I'm adopted. Part of my adopted family once said to me, when I told them I was thinking about getting, like, tattoos, like, a lot of tattoos and stuff, because, like, that's just something I'm into. I like body art and everything. They were saying that you shouldn't get them on your arms because people are going to, like, partly because, like, you're not going to get a good job, but partly because they said, oh, it's going to make it harder for people to find your veins when they need to in an emergency. Like, no, because they don't go by sight. They go by feeling the vein. You're a nurse. You should know this.
That's one of the dumbest things
And
I've
apparently I
heard.
have really nice veins because, like, every time I go to give blood or something, they're like, oh, man, like, your veins are so... They're like, I like your veins because they're easy to find.
There's
like,
not
in the
a
crooks of my
single...
elbow.
Like, you can literally not even see a single one of my veins.
You can see mine.
Yeah, you can.
Easy. Like, but I'm also, like, very thin. Like, part of my body. Like, the underside of my arms are very pale.
Yeah. But I can see one right there.
Pale. I don't know.
Yeah, like,
Same.
but I also have this, like, really weird mindset when I'm watching myself give blood. I give blood very well, which means that I can give them the blood they need in, like, 5 minutes, be done, leave, and drive home fine. Like, no problems whatsoever. But I'll have these moments when I'm giving blood or they're taking the blood, like, in those vials. I'll just be, like, watching it, like, go through the vial. I'm like, that's my blood. It should be in my body. It's not.
It's not where it should be.
Like, another, I have O negative blood, which is good, I guess. I can give it to whoever needs it, and bugs don't bite me because bugs aren't interested in people with O negative blood. Yeah, whatever. Fuck yourself. For those who are listening, I got flipped off because obviously you can't see the visual aspect of this.
Good.
So, like, but my thing is, they call me all the time. Like, we're in emergency need of your blood type, and my issue is, if I give you my blood, would that be enough for whenever I need my blood type?
Oh.
Because O negative can give to everyone, but they can't
from
receive
everyone.
anything but O negative. But they use O negative a lot for other people because it's the most, like, available, and they're like, at the moment they're like, oh, well, O negative, we'll just use that instead of, like, a last resort, like I think they should. So I'm afraid that one day I'm not going to have the blood I need to have in my body.
So
anyone,
keep it there.
anyone who's listening, if you're O negative, please go donate.
If you're O negative blood, donate as much blood as you regularly can. It's actually really important.
The
Also,
needles don't hurt as bad as what you're thinking they
get
are.
registered for blood marrow donations because that's an important thing.
Because Jeremy loves swabbing.
That's what my phone says. Some people misread it and they think it says I heart dabbing or I heart swagging. I'm like, no, I heart swabbing because I'm a blood marrow donator against bone cancer. Don't you meme me out of this. Meme is such a weird part of our, like, world. It's such a centralized part. I hope that this next year is, like, a complete, like, different time
A
era.
golden utopia.
Like, it's a different time area somehow. Like, memes go away, racism goes away. That's never gonna happen.
No.
I wish. Like, memes go away, every, like, shitty jokes format of that goes away. Like, people being assholes about the whole clown situation go away. Like, that's something that pisses me off. That clown situation, it started as, like, someone's art project. Like, this guy was just taking pictures in the woods, like, for an art project, but it, like, blew up into this thing, and people were like, oh, this is real funny, let's go scare people. And then that made the crazy people go,
Those people.
let's go kill people. And then that fucks everything else up. And then now people are like, let's have a purge, because these clowns can do what they want, I'm going to do what I want.
No.
The purge, okay. Now we're getting into media. The Purge movies are not good movies.
I haven't
they're
even
terrible.
seen a
They are
single one.
good.
They're terrible.
They're not worth your time. They are trash. They're so... It's very predictable and very dumb and very repetitive. It's like, oh, these people who think they're going to be safe totally aren't safe now for whatever reason and have to try and survive. And now they're going to murder people even though they don't want to because they have to live.
So I'm gonna do like a synopsis of the Purge election year because that was the most recent movie that came
You
out.
want a synopsis from that one?
I want to try to like guess the movie.
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't seen that movie myself, but I have seen CinemaSins for it, so I do know the actual synopsis of the movie.
So it's a more attractive Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump who are going against each other.
Correct.
And
Well,
so,
no, actually, I'll stop you there. It's not an election thing. They're trying. One of the women is trying to abolish the purge.
Yeah, I
So
know that much.
it's like council people, but in the same way of like
So a more attractive Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump.
yeah, for better
And
purposes.
she's trying to get rid of the purge while the other guy's like, no, we should let people do whatever they want, including murder.
Because it like helps the economy and some bullshit.
And so the purge happens, and they're obviously going to go after her. And so she's like, "Oh, I'm going to be locked in this house, so I'm going to be safe." And then people are like, "Oh, guess what? We got in. You're not safe." And then she's like, "Oh no, I'm not safe." And then so they're running around, they're trying to get her away, and then at the end of the movie, she probably dies or she actually lives.
Okay, so the part of them wanting to kill her is right because they're trying to kill her so she can't abolish the purge. I don't know much about the house part. I do know they do try and kill her and they have to run around. I do know that there's a girl in this movie whose literal only reason for the purge
Is to get killed.
No, it's because this dude kicked her out of his store for trying to steal a candy bar. And she comes back and she's like, "I done killed my parents. Now I'm coming back for my candy bar." And like licks her gun that's like has like lights all over it and shit. It's like,
What?
bitch, you're gonna die. Like, you are stupid.
Well, I was talking to our mutual friends, Buckleby and his sweet little fiance.
Buckleby and Tiff Taff.
Tiff Taff. I was talking to them while we were at late night one night. We were talking about the purge, and I was like, "Would you guys ever participate in the purge?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah!" And hold on. I was like, "Would you wear masks?"
I'm exploding with what I want to say about the purge.
I was like, "Would you wear a mask to cover it up?" And Josh was like, "Hell no, I wouldn't wear a mask." And I was like, "Josh, well, what if you try to kill like your coworker and you don't have a mask on? So and like you fell in killing your coworker. So you walk into work the next day and he's just like staring at you like."
That'd be hilarious because like he can't legally do anything about it because like you didn't do anything illegal technically, and like he can't kill you now. So you just like be like, "Wait till next year, bitch. I'll get you that time." But my thing about the purge is like they only focus on murder.
They do.
Dude,
the vandalism and the theft.
I'd be stealing so much shit.
Exactly.
I'd come out of the purge fly as shit.
Go
Dude,
rob a bank.
I'd have a full-on stocked ass closet.
The nicest
like
car.
So many shoes.
Yeah.
I have a nice fucking car. I'd have all the electronics I fucking need.
As
I'd be
much
set
money
for
as
life.
you want.
I'd steal the deed to a fucking house before I murdered the bitch. Unless I had to murder the bitch for the deed to the house.
That's a different story.
Different story entirely. Some people like movies are ridiculous sometimes. Some movies are
They're
terrible.
so predictable.
The
Batman
hero-
versus Superman.
The hero's journey. That's what it follows. It ruined every movie for me when I learned that.
Oh
freshman
god,
year of high
Batman
school.
versus Superman.
Batman versus Superman was a trash movie. I don't care who you are. If you're like, no, this
So-
I
is
haven't seen it.
it's trash.
Someone tried to
Don't.
tell me that the extended version is a better version. I
We
was
tried
like,
watching that.
no. That's the version I watched. If that's what you think is the good version, I don't want to see the bad version. They're coming out with an extended version of Suicide Squad. They've
I
done
know.
that
I'm
before.
so excited.
That's
I
a
haven't even
very-
seen that movie.
That
is
that
such
movie.
a good movie.
It's very has a lot of polarity to it. A majority of the people in the theater department hate
Hate
that
it.
movie.
Yeah, I've heard people that didn't like it.
But like everyone's,
I liked it.
you're fair to your opinion. Like whatever.
I think
I haven't.
Margot Robbie did an amazing job portraying Harley Quinn.
That's what people argue a lot. Is they say that like she doesn't follow the comic book a lot. Like she's very sexualized, but like that's kind of how she is
her.
in the comic book. She wears corsets.
That's funny.
In the comic book, she was a corset,
Yes.
fishnets, and short shorts. So at least she's wearing a t-shirt.
It's funny that like people say that because we were stopped by two church people of all people, and they saw my lanyard and how it has like Harley Quinn on it from Suicide Squad. They're like, "Oh, you like Suicide Squad?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a big fan." And she goes, "Margot Robbie did an excellent job portraying Harley Quinn." Two church people of all.
But then like, there's also people argue like, "Oh, their relationship's unhealthy." And I don't like that. Like, that's how it is in the comic books. Eventually, she does break out of it and gets with Poison Ivy. So calm yourself down. It'll eventually.
And
work
then you
itself out.
have those like 12 to 16-year-olds. They're like, "I
Who've
want a
never-
relationship
like
like
the-
Harley
oh,
Quinn
no,
and
you're
the
fucking
Joker."
dumb. Like he's obviously abusive, and he knows that he has power over her, and he's using it against her. Like that's the whole idea of like their relationship is like they try and make it look like he actually loves her. Like no,
No.
if you actually pay attention, he's not loving her. He's wanting her so he can control her again. That's the whole point of the movie is getting her back under his grasp.
That's why I hated that they cut so many scenes out of it because
that really
there
like showed the
yes.
darker parts of
there
the
was
relationship.
one scene that you can find on YouTube, and Harleen before she gets turned into Harley Quinn, before
Harleen
like
Quinzel. Oof.
before she's turned into
I
the
need to
match
see
of
the
acid.
doctor. Oh man, she can analyze me any day. I know she's a therapist, but man, I'll get a physical from her.
But there's the one scene where she's chasing the Joker down a busy street and goes onto the bridge and she's on the motorcycle.
Oh yeah, and then she has like the gun to his head and like, she just backhands her.
Yep.
Like that's another
That's
thing.
the scene they should have kept in. And a majority of those scenes. Because everyone says Jared Leto did a terrible job at playing the Joker, but we couldn't really make an opinion on that because there were not enough scenes with him.
But I still think
his laugh was annoying.
The laugh was bad.
Yes.
I didn't like the way he talked, like the weird that he did. Like, what are you, a fucking dog? Like, I didn't like the character portrayal, but I loved the character design a lot.
Too. Except for the grill. The grill was a little...
The grill was over the top, but the rest of it I really, really liked. Because, like, every Joker has been a different kind of Joker thus far. Like, there's been, like, the old-timey, like, gangster Joker.
To the Heath Ledger.
To Heath Ledger, like, chaotic anarchy Joker. Like, punk Joker. And now there's, like, the new times, like, in the
pimp gangster,
like in the modern time pimp gangster Joker, which I like that like modernization of it. That's just another part of things.
They really played that in well during one of the opening scenes where they introduced Harley's character when they're in the dance club.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I don't know, that movie's has a lot of polarity to it. I mean, movies are weird. You have conversations with movies. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie The Crow.
No.
I have this ongoing argument with a dear friend of mine about that movie being not good. They believe very wholeheartedly that it is a beautiful, amazing movie, and I believe that it is trash.
When did it come out?
Oh, years ago. It was Brandon Lee was in that movie.
Really?
He died on set of that movie.
Oh, I know
yeah,
what movie
that
is
movie.
now. Okay.
That's the movie we're talking about.
Didn't they keep his death scene in the movie?
I don't know. I vaguely remember that movie because I think I repressed it.
Was that the one where he held the gun to Brandon Lee and he like
there's like a shard of something in the gun.
They didn't know the
out.
gun was actually loaded.
No, it wasn't loaded. It was like a prop gun, but it had a piece of something stuck in it. I think something like I don't know the exact story.
That's the movie they did keep the death scene in because he was shot and like immediately afterwards they found out he was dead, but they kept the scene in the movie still.
Oh, speaking of like people dying during like media stuff, I learned the other day when I was talking to someone about wrestling that Rey Mysterio killed a man once.
Really?
While wrestling, I didn't know that, but during one of their fights or bouts or whatever you want to fucking call it. Wrestling's not real. Spoilers. Sorry to burst your bubble. Like he was doing a trick and he broke a dude's neck, and they thought they were just kind of going with it, so like they didn't really know that he was just dead. And so, like, it's really...
Did he get charged for it?
I don't know that much. I don't think he would have been, because it's one of those things, like, you sign the waivers, like, there are obvious risks.
Accident.
Yeah, like, it wouldn't be even considered manslaughter, because it wasn't, like, an accidental, just out of, like, whatever happens.
They signed way too much paperwork.
They signed a lot of paperwork that says, like, you understand the dangers of this, like, this is, like, a lot of high-impact stuff that happens, like, the pile drivers and, like, the jumps from the top rope are obviously, like, real stunts that they have to, like, be trained to survive. Mm-hmm. And so, like, these kind of things, it's so yeah, like, that's what you would consider a workplace accident, I guess. Because, like, you go work in construction, you get killed by one of the machines, workplace accident, like, it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't be, trying to do the 619 to a, like, backhoe. But, yeah, whatever. Anyway, next, back into media... something I never really talk into because I don't really give a damn about paying attention to what people are doing in their life. Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom are a thing.
That's
engagement confirmed.
People have seen when they went out a couple days ago that they're like, oh, she has a ring on her left finger.
But it looks like costume jewelry.
It does look like costume jewelry.
It doesn't look like an engagement ring. And apparently there was like a pregnancy rumor, but that's been denied. But like.
See, like, I would love to be famous for something, but at the same time I wouldn't, because then your privacy is completely...
You're always pregnant or you're always engaged.
Yeah. Your privacy is always taken away from you.
Your pregnancy is not your business. That's a lot like what the world's trying to tell people today.
Yeah.
Oh, civil rights issues. I'm not going to get into that.
No.
That's for another podcast. That's for a whole different topic podcast. I don't pay attention to what happens in the world today, honestly. Like, I've never watched the news. I don't read newspapers. I don't look at articles. I don't really do anything that has to do with any, like, what's going on in the world. I'm, like, separated from that. I live in my own, like, little bubble, and that's, like... it's not healthy, I guess, because I don't understand a whole lot of what's going on. I'm surprised by a lot of things. But then again, I'm also not getting into these issues that people are dealing with. Like, I'm living my life the way I want to live it and using my own, like, mindset and what I believe in to shape myself instead of, like, reading these articles. I'm not saying that there are sheeple, which there are, however, conspiracy theories. Get to that some other day.
Ooh, I love conspiracy theories.
We'll get to that. We might even talk about that now. Actually, let's talk about conspiracy theories. I love conspiracy theories.
The most popular one is the 9/11.
I love the JFK
9/11. 9/11.
Oh, so you guys are into like the political conspiracy theories.
I'm into any.
I think they're so interesting.
Yeah, they really are. Like,
they make you think.
Especially when, like, really weird stuff happens, like the Date Loves Past incident. There's a movie about that. It's called Devil's Past. It's really spooky. I don't like. And generally anything like scary or horror movie genres, which I guess would go under like a thriller genre, I don't particularly enjoy. Because
I'm gonna watch them by myself. I have to have someone else in the room.
Yeah, same. I'm a little bitch. I have to like cling on to somebody for life while I'm watching anything remotely scary.
Even if it's like the cheesy scary movies.
Like, what do you mean? Like scary movie
like
with
Cabin in the Woods.
like scary
Cabin in
movie
the Woods
with like the naked president. No, like Cabin in the Woods.
That was
I can kind of handle.
That was
like Wrong Turn.
No, The Hills Have Eyes.
Oh.
I have that movie sitting in that desk over there.
Why burn it?
It's a friend owns it and
Half
they wanted
burn it.
It has The Hills Have Eyes and The Hills Have Eyes 2.
Ew.
There are some scenes in there that make me very, very uncomfortable. That movie didn't even actually scare me. To be honest with you, that movie made me uncomfortable and sad. Within the first like 5 minutes, there's this cute little gecko that's hanging out on the road, and it gets killed by like a trap. Like it's one of those like road traps that bust your tires, and it just happens to be staying on top of it and just gets fucking demolished. He wasn't even doing anything.
He was just living his life.
I watched the entire movie, and the first thing I said when the movie was over was like, I miss that fucking lizard. It's like, that's all I care about was the lizard through the entire movie. Like, that movie's really messed up. I haven't seen the second one yet. I'm not really sure I want to.
I wouldn't.
But yeah, like, I don't generally do scary movies because I'm a little bitch. But Date Loves Past is a really good one. It kind of makes me think of Wendigos.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of like in
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn. I could not remember the name of that. I've been hanging out with some new friends recently, and I was hanging out at their house the other day. The people I went to, and they dressed me up and stuff. I was looking at one of them. I literally could not remember their name.
It's the worst. That is the worst feeling ever.
Like, I looked directly at them and was like, what?
Like, I know your name, but I don't know it.
And you feel crappy if you ask.
Like, I sat there, looked at him. I looked at the other friends. I looked at them. I was like, I forgot his name.
I did.
I admitted it. Well, to be honest, I was under the influence. That's probably not why I forgot his name, but it's why I was so okay with admitting that I forgot his name. I was like, I don't know his name. And they're like, his name's Zach. I was like, I know 7 fucking Zachs. How am I supposed to remember that this is one of them? It was ridiculous. Oh, man. My week has been interesting, I guess, you could say. With that happening and everything else, I suppose.
I guess like the highlight of my week was watching you and Zach put that headboard down the stairs.
That headboard was interesting. It was a fun time, I suppose. My hand was not. It was rare enough for me to get my hand past. Did we talk about the moving around stuff?
No, not the podcast.
So like my roommate, Buckleby, aka Sweet Butt, as I appropriately call him. His name actually isn't even Buckleby. That's another name I call him. He was my roommate. We graduated together and stuff. And we roomed together this year. And his fiance, who we also went to high school with, was your roommate.
Yes.
And they both decided to move out and go back home for whatever circumstances that are at hand. I don't know the entire story, so I have no way for them to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. Their business without them here. But they moved out, and so we moved.
I moved because I was having problems with my roommate that I don't want to get into because it was a bunch of stuff that happened.
Yeah. So you moved into Kylie's room from the 3rd floor of one building to the 1st floor of the other building, and you had this big fucking headboard.
My mom bought it for
when you
me.
said headboard, I was imagining like something about yay tall. Like
it's
something.
Fucking, like, taller than you.
That was like a fucking shelf. That was a shelf with the bottom fucking broke out of it. And that's what you call a fucking headboard? Alright, I'm not sorry you bashed your head on that before.
I have. It was so funny.
But like that thing it wasn't like difficult to move.
It wasn't heavy.
It was a
just
hassle.
big.
Yeah, it was just really tall. Like it had weird dimensions, cause it was weirdly tall, but also wide. So like you had to like do a weird corkscrew twist. Like
So
this thing
that's
was
why you
It didn't
ridiculous.
fit around the bed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why you couldn't fit on the elevator.
Yeah, like if that if that headboard did any like Olympic sport, it'd be the fucking high dive because it did a goddamn corkscrew twist and nearly did a swan dive down the stairs. Like Zach, different Zach. There's so many Zachs. There's too many Zachs. Boy on fire, flamboy, campfire, ginger bitch, ginger fuck. That's his name. Wow, that's a lot of names I just feed out. He had to be like back against the wall with it like pushing into him for me to swing around the other wall with my knuckles like being painted white from the connection with the wall.
And then when we got to the other door, people were like, what the fuck is that?
We had to do that 3 floors. Which is like 6 turns. Yeah, then we get to the other door and they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Zach's like, look away.
Avert your eyes. This isn't happening. You're dreaming.
You see nothing.
And they were just cool with it too. They're like,
whatever. I
And
mean,
they come there like, wait, are you moving in?
but like, what are they gonna do, honestly?
we're old enough.
We're old enough. Like, we're adults, but like, the thing is, it is their job to pay attention to that stuff. But that guy was not having any of it. He was just
like,
done. He's like,
Like,
alright,
whatever.
okay, whatever, you do your thing.
I've probably been here for like 4 hours, so.
Yeah, you've probably been the 4 hours. I guess it's whatever you do. You sit there and you look at people's cards and see whatever they're doing with their life.
Like,
Is your card a certain color? You can come in.
Half the time, I don't even think they care. They're just
They
like,
don't even look half the time. They're just like,
One time I did get into one of these buildings. I did get into a building where I was going to hang out with a friend. It was like the first 2 weeks of being here. And they weren't paying attention really, and so we just like walked by. Another time I was going in to hang out with Zach. He lives in a different building. And there was like 6 or 7 of the
we've
people.
done that so
There were
many
6 or 7 people who
times.
worked there.
And none of
They
them
were
paid
all
attention.
busy, like looking down at something in different places. Like every single one of them. And, like we swung by because we were going to sign me in. And then we kind of swung around once we noticed they weren't paying attention towards the lab to the computer lab, and then we swung by more just straight, like nosedived into the elevators.
because it's a hassle to sign in.
It's I understand why they do it. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But it is
And
a
then like the whole
hassle.
72-hour rule thing.
Somehow once I signed out of one building. I was there. I can confirm that I did go and sign out. The person did confirm that I was signed out. They said you're good. I went to go sign out to another building the other day, a few days afterwards, and apparently I was still signed into the building I had signed out of like 2 days before. I was like, that's not right.
So you got a ban, didn't you?
I didn't get a ban somehow, but I couldn't be signed into my other friend's building, and so I just had to wait downstairs for it. It was around registration time because we can do early registration, which I couldn't do anyway because my advisor issues were fucking whatever. But I'm not gonna get into that. I don't want to get into anything that has to do with any of our work and like official adult
Adult
responsibilities because I'm a child. We all know this. Kylie, me and you on the way
Listen.
back from break, we ate eggnog pancakes.
And IHOP.
And she had
Chocolate
hot
milk.
chocolate, and I had chocolate milk.
And then we poured some of my hot chocolate.
There was a plethora of whipped cream.
college.
Listen, I'll do whatever I can to get food. I should be getting another IHOP gift card here soon. Honestly,
You're a food whore.
I am a food whore, but like, listen, it's good. I don't gain weight though.
Well,
That's a
that's
problem.
because you get a food boner. Like you have,
I
like,
do.
You have like different types
Okay,
of boners.
I'll never explain this to you. I know I haven't. I've talked to my friends on this a lot. There are different. I almost said genders. There are different genders. There are different types of boners that males have. I happen to have my straight boner. The ones that aren't my straight boner are like ethereal boners. Like they kind of exist in the ghost realm or the spirit world or whatever. So there's my straight boner, there's my gay boner, there's my aesthetic boner, and there's my nostalgia boner and my food boner. And let me tell you, when Taco Bell had this fucking triple double crunch wraps, I wanted those so bad. On 2 different occasions, on 2 different Taco Bells, I went to go get them. Once they said they ran out of shells. No, they didn't have the shells because I didn't send them to them. And then next time I went, they were out of them because they had sold too many. So I still have never gotten to eat one. And I have a vicious, vicious, just disdain for the state of the world where I can't get a fucking triple-double crunch wrap when I want. That's the whole point of fast food, is it's readily available. But no, they didn't send us the shells. Like, who forgets to send you what you need to do your business?
Well, I can actually vouch for that because when I did work at McDonald's when I was like 16, they didn't send us toys for the new McDonald's kids meals.
Oh man, I just like, it's ridiculous.
Those kids are probably so disappointed.
Probably not. They don't care
Dude,
anymore.
my mom,
My brother does.
Yeah.
my biological mom, it's weird because like adoption thing, talking about family is weird because you have so many people. But like, she used to live in different oh my god, I'm stroking out. She used to work in different fast food places, and because she worked there, and she was usually like assistant manager and stuff, she had the power to go to those displays and just like open them up and take the toys out of it. So I got all the collections of all the toys that came out at like Subway that like ever happened while she worked there. Because whenever they would go to change the toys over, I'd get all the toys that were in that collection all at once. And I remember one time they had the Steve Irwin like adventure collection. Rip. Was he the Stingray guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stung in the heart. And he pulled it out and he died.
Shot through the heart.
That's not a knife. Oh man, jokes. Weird stuff happens in life. I was thinking the other day about weird things about life because regardless of if you believe in creationism or evolution, just the fact that we exist as we are, as the species we are, opposed to all these other species, is still a really weird concept. Like, regardless of what you believe in and where we came from, it's still weird. It doesn't matter if we were made into this or if we became like this. It's still such a strange thing to believe that we're so far different than all these other things. And it's like, how the hell did we get lucky enough to not be born as, like, a fucking squirrel?
God knows we have enough of them.
Oh, I know. Especially on campus.
They fucking throw rocks.
Golly told me about that.
I was hit by a rock in the shoulder.
Our friend Taylor, we call her Squirrel Queen because she was attacked by a squirrel.
Oh my god. It's
And now
not
we say that she
cool.
controls them.
She does.
No, I think she has an issue with the Squirrel Queen. It sounds like she had an affair with the Squirrel Queen, and Squirrel King was not happy about it. And so this is like revenge, just vengeance on this girl. Interspecies.
You mean like your clownfish?
Listen.
You mean your clownfish?
Nemo needs...
Nemo does not need you.
Well, here's the thing. Since Marlon can change genders, and I cannot, I'm going to say this with utmost sincerity. Nemo,
He will not call you daddy.
Nemo needs a daddy.
Nemo will not call you daddy. That I'm gonna kink shame
What do
you.
you think about the whole daddy thing?
It's gross.
It's creepy.
And people need kink shame for it. Whoa, what are you trying to say?
I'm just going to say that I have been involved in daddy kinks.
Call me sir.
Not like... That's different. That's separation of identities. I have been involved in, like, not like full-on daddy kink, like daddy and little. That's where it gets creepy.
That's
But just like the name calling of being called daddy, I've been involved with. But the sir thing, that's different. That's separation of, like, here's me as a person being with you as a person, and here's me as... This is me during, like, sexy times. Listen, I had no other way to phrase that. I really didn't. Like, my brain could not come up with it. But, like, that's just how it is. Whatever. You're into what you want to be. Don't kink shame.
Kink shame.
Alright, listen, I will kink shame some people.
What would you kink shame over?
I'm gonna say I'll kink shame foot fetishes.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, that's
gross.
I will kink shame, like, the daddy little fetishists.
That's disgusting. Or what about like the
age
brother
play.
And sister?
Incest.
Those are disgusting.
Okay, that's pretty gross. There's, what was I saying? There's age play. Age play is a thing that's really creepy.
Ew.
It's where, like, adults wear diapers and pretend like they're children.
Oh
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad.
Ew.
There's, like, the whole, like, ruining kinks where, like, you get a guy off, but right as he's about to finish, you stop, or you punch him in the nuts. And he still finishes, but it's, like, different. And it's, oh man, I would never want to be a part of that ever in my life.
So BDSM. How do you feel on that?
Okay, now you're trying to fucking call me out.
Well, considering we have 2 minutes left on the podcast, let's hear about it.
Alright, yeah, we'll call it, because we're over an hour by now. Okay, I'm into BDSM. Like, not the hardcore, like, rubber latex suits and, like,
Spank you, daddy.
I'm gonna hang you from a fucking ceiling and have my way with you. But, like, tying up and, like, bondage tape and, like, the blindfolds and stuff, yeah, I'm into that. Whatever. Domination, it's a thing. It's just, like, I have this control over a human being. Like, not, like, in a weird slavery way. Like, in, like, I have this control over another person. That's another thing I've noticed. People with a certain look and with a certain, like, demeanor about them, I'm certain that they know that they have a power over other people. They always know it, and they will abuse it whether they mean to or not. That's something I've noticed. I'm not going to name any names, but I know some people like that. Listen, get away with that stink eye. Little Miss Thing. I'll throw you
I know a lot of Don't you dare!
throw you under the bus if you're not careful.
What are you gonna say?
Little Miss Snapchat party.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
yep,
hey,
I
hey,
just
hey,
heard this
hey,
story.
Hey.
I was talking to my boyfriend about that, and he was like, "There's no way he doesn't know."
Oh, he had to have known.
Because
No.
he's like, "Guys, check this stuff."
Were
No.
there words on that Snapchat?
Yes.
Then he had
He
to have
had to
known.
look.
Because he had to look at the Snapchat to see what he's
It was,
typing.
you couldn't even see anything hardly.
Did you replay it?
No, I did not.
How
I'm
did you know? How long was the
Kylie,
Snapchat? You know,
7 seconds.
You had
Kylie,
to replay it to notice.
I'm just going to say, if there were words on this picture, he had to have noticed.
And we're running out of time on the
Now they're gonna fucking
podcast.
shoehorn us out. All right, fine. Yeah, we're gonna kind of wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed,
Yes.
and this might be our only episode of this year.
Yes.
We might put out some more towards Christmas, and later on in the spring, we'll try and do it like weekly if we can. That being said, I hope you enjoyed, and I
Yes.
hope you return for the next one.
And if you're watching on YouTube, click the like and subscribe.
Yeah, we'll put it out everywhere.
Yes.
Follow all the whatever. We'll have links to everything attached to this, so you'll find us eventually. But
All right.
that's all we got.
See you guys later. Bye.